Hello, everyone. I am so honored to be here. I'm actually really giddy to be here. I love to give powerful information that you can use going into your work week, your family week, your personal week, whatever. And this conference, this event is so, so important, everyone. And as we all know, when we don't have our wellness, our health, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, we have nothing, okay? This is our lovely body, mind, body, soul, to really move forward in the things that we really want in this life. So again, I'm honored to be here today and make this powerful presentation for the next hour. I want you to get your notebooks out. I want you to start writing things down. The way that this information will penetrate you more is really writing things down, really letting it integrate into you. We're gonna be taking times to pause during this presentation for you to write things down and really integrate some of the tools we are going to give you, because that's what this powerful hour is about, is really optimizing your wellness in powerful, powerful ways. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Get your pens out right now. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to be doing a PowerPoint presentation. You do have an outline to go along with this PowerPoint presentation, but please do not hesitate, everyone, to DM me, message during this presentation, message me after, because we want to continue to support you through this presentation. Make sure you're getting the most out of it. So thank you so much for being here. I'm going to get this on play slideshow mode and we're going to get going. So again, excited to be here. Our topic, our title for today is Mental Edge Mastery 2.0. Don't we all want that? Create a mental edge. And we're doing that through the subconscious Hail Mary. I call it the subconscious Hail Mary. And we're going to go through 3 separate techniques today to help you tap into that lovely subconscious of yours and create the mental edge that you really, really desire and that you want. So, how many of you sometimes feel this way about mental health? You know, for a lot of us, even in the healthcare field, this seems very intangible at times. There's a lot of science. We're going to go through that today, but it still seems intangible to us. There's even a lot of elusiveness to it, and even sometimes areas where people feel uncomfortable because they don't have enough information. Well, today we're going to give you powerful information that you can use for yourself, for your colleagues, your clients, and your family, because we want to make sure that your mental edge mastery is there and you don't have to be confused anymore. You don't want to have to feel like you're overwhelmed, like the woman here with the little scarf. You don't have to feel like you don't get it, even when you're trying to act like you do. We're going to go through some powerful things today to create your mental edge mastery. So before we do that, like I said, my name is Jennifer Watson, and I am a speaker, an influencer, or I call myself actually more than an influencer, an agent of change. I am a high performance and legacy coach. And what I mean by legacy is I want us to help optimize your high performance, your peak performance, to help create the legacy you want to create. Really dial into your calling, your purpose. And we start by really honing into our wellness. I get really giddy talking about that. I've been a practitioner for 20 plus years, in particular, integrative physical therapy. I've had 2 PT practices, and I've been able to help really support people through their healing and ultimate thriving and peak performance journey. I've had a lot of opportunities, everyone. I'm so blessed. A lot of opportunities to be on awesome stages like the TEDx stage. I've been on NBC, Fox Radio News, and a lot of big summits and podcasts. And the reason why I mention this to you is because I would say my work has been my playground. I retired 20 years ago from work. I've continued to learn more. I'm always a student as much as I am a teacher, to learn more, to really create impact in the world, in particular in wellness and high performance, and in particular to that, creating a mental edge. So I'm excited to bring this information to you today. So before we get going on how to create your mental edge mastery and how to really, really Hail Mary that subconscious, I want you to think about this. If any of this resonates with you, are you a person that maybe is super successful? Maybe you are. And on the outside, you feel you're successful, but really on the inside, you feel like you're kind of completely lost. You've lost direction. You've lost energy, momentum for your purpose. Maybe you've lost why you're doing the things you're doing, why you're here on this earth. Maybe you're also a person that really feels like you need to show that you have it all together. especially in wellness. I know we have a lot of practitioners here, people that feel wellness is really important, which it is. But maybe you feel like you're supposed to have it all together, but you really don't. You feel like I'm still missing out, especially on this mental edge component, Jennifer. And you're getting exhausted, you're getting emotionally drained, and it's affecting, yes, your overall health, including physical health, but also your relationships, your money, just your life in general. Maybe even in the community that you're in, that you serve. Okay. Maybe you're a person that's just given up a little bit on your personal wellness. And that's okay, everybody. Just be honest about that. Maybe you've given up on your personal wellness, and it just feels like whatever you're trying, okay, whether you're a guru in wellness or not, you just feel like you're not moving the needle forward in any area of wellness. And you do know this, that wellness is affecting every area of your life, right? Think about that. Or maybe, you guys, maybe you feel that you need to sacrifice yourself for others, right? I've felt that. Maybe you have felt that it's the right thing to do, to sacrifice yourself for others, but you're gaining not only resentment, but you're also becoming the person that doesn't serve well. And again, maybe if you're a practitioner in health and wellness, okay, you're not serving your community well. Maybe you're just really feeling mentally, emotionally exhausted. Maybe you're a person that feels it's just the right thing to look strong on the outside, even if you feel like you need something more to really dig down deep and be the person you want to be fully well, to be fully seen. Because when you're fully seen, aren't we fully well? And you really want to be that person, but you're just not sure how to get there. You know that deeper, fuller person's inside you, but you're wondering how to create that, how to connect with a community that needs you in a more profound way. And maybe some of you feel like, I've felt this in the past, that it's too late, or that your problems, especially in health, are just too big. Like you're just not going to get better. And maybe this, your greatest fear is that you will never create the wellness nor mental edge to really live to your full potential. Create that impact, that sole purpose that you want to give to the world. Isn't that one reason why we're here as human beings? 100%. Okay. If that's any of you, you're here for the right reason. Okay, you guys, you are here for the right reason. And before we go in to this powerful presentation, I want you to actually know my real story. I just gave you all my accolades, the things that I do now, but this is actually my real story. I spent a lot of years being lied to about mental health, mental wellness, but actually I was lying to myself. I was lying truly to myself. Deepest inside me, everyone, I knew I had everything in me to be the person I wanted to be, to create this mental giant, this mental edge of mastery that we're talking about, to live this soul line life that I wanted, this legacy that I wanted, but I didn't know how to get there. And that's what left me drained and continually exhausted and living this hamster wheel effect, or Groundhog's Day, if any of you have had it, where you're just drained in wellness and it literally affects every area of your life. But deep down again, I knew there was an answer, that I could actually be this person. So today we're going to show you, not only through my own journey, but the research and the science about how you can create your mental edge now. You guys, we're going to do this today. We're going to make sure that you walk away not thinking that creating mental edge, that hijacking your subconscious, doing the Hail Mary is elusive or daunting, overwhelming, or woo-woo for that matter. Okay. Today, we're going to be attaining something where you understand there are three secrets to help create your mental edge. We can give those to you today with tools. Today, you have to be willing to get a bit uncomfortable. Okay. Many of you out there are probably ambitious, high achieving people, and you're willing to do the hard work. And this is where you have to be willing to be uncomfortable today, everyone. And finally today, before we get into all the things we're going to learn to help create your mental edge, to really do a subconscious Hail Mary, because that's where that mental edge comes from, I want to ask you a question. I want you to get your pen out, and I want you to ask yourself a question. What does mental edge mean to you? What does the powerful mental edge mean to you? By the way, you're going to see a lot of epic pictures here. I love being outside. That's my playground as well, to keep my peace, my mental sanity. But in any case, I want you to write down. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. Okay. Because it's important as we go through this process today that you're anchored in what you actually believe mental edge is, because that's your starting, or excuse me, your end point where you want to go. That's going to help us go backwards, right? With the steps I'm going to give you to create that mental edge. Just like we all have different ideas of what leadership is or what, happiness is. Okay, you have to put that down because it's going to help you connect more with these tools. What does creating a mental edge mean to you? Think about that. Write it down, my friends. What does it mean to you? I'm going to tell you what I think it means to me. And maybe some of this resonates with you, okay? To me, mental edge means consistently coping effectively, not just coping badly, effectively within different environments and demands of a lifestyle, competition, or training, okay? That's what part of it means to me. Also, a good mental edge means that you're having emotional management, emotional stability during crisis or during adversity. It also means your ability to rise during adversity with tools, creative ideas, and problem solving to continue to elevate your game of success. Doesn't that sound fun? It gives me chills, everybody. Mental edge also means to me my ability to create peak performance, high performance in any given environment. And finally, mental edge means to me really going from problem to problem solving very quickly and again, effectively. All right. When we can do that, we can rise through the noise and move faster in the goals, desires, outcomes that we want in a more effective way. Does that align with any of you? I'd love to hear some of your ideas of what mental edge is, because I know a lot of you, it may be a little different than mine, but I'd love to hear it. I'd love you to just DM me in the message box how that works out for you. What does mental edge mean to you? Okay. Now that you have that picture in your mind, okay, I want you to think about this. Okay. We're prepping for the 3 tools, everyone. Hold on to your seats. Okay. This is really important. We're buckling down for this hour. Okay. Before we go into the 3 tools, we've now talked, about creating a mental edge. Before we even go into the 3 tools, I want you to know this. There's a big paradox in the mind. It's hard for us to wrap our head around. Okay. Your brain has no loyalty. Your brain has no loyalty. Okay. What I mean by that, it is so adaptable, so permeable, so flexible, but it needs stimulus to actually change. Okay. It's very flippant, but it does need stimulus to change. Okay. For the good or for the bad. Okay. Stimulating for the good or the bad. It's your choice to do that. The other paradox is your brain is searching for safety and patterns. Remember, your body is really about creating balance, homeostasis. Okay. It's always trying to create that. There's a lot of things it's trying to create, but it's definitely trying to create that. Okay. So with that being said, it's looking for safety and patterns to make it easier to do that. Okay. Your brain, this is the biggest paradox of all. Okay. Your brain is a goal achieving machine. Okay. It wants to win for you, but it wants to win for what you're feeding it. Remember what we said, the brain has no loyalty? It wants to win for you, okay? Good or bad, whatever you're feeding it, whatever you're believing, whatever you're behaving, whatever you're giving to it, it wants to win at it. Again, good or bad. The reason why these are paradoxes, you guys, think about it. Your brain is an optimum search engine. It's searching for safety and patterns and homeostasis, but it's also a goal-achieving machine. It wants to win. But the nugget here is that it wants to win with what you're feeding it. The feeding it is what we're going to give you today for the subconscious Hail Mary, because when you feed it the right things, your mental edge mastery is going to go through the roof. And by the way, this is a lot more than mindset. Okay, that's the big word of today. And by the way, I'm not ripping on anyone that works with mindset and mindset coaches, okay? But there is a way of anchoring in to create better mindset. And I don't always see the playground in a beautiful way to create profoundness in mindset, okay? This is gonna change that for you today, okay? We wanna do more than mindset. We wanna anchor in and make your brain more powerful and beautiful in different ways. We want it to transform to transcend, which is actually another talk. But today we want to anchor it consistently into a new way of thinking, rewire it by feeding it good things. The biggest truth, we're almost ready for the 3, you guys. We're almost there. You got what mental edge mastery, mental edge means to you. We got the paradoxes. We're laying the land here. Now I want to give you the biggest truth. We are lying to ourselves every single day. Yes, we are lying to ourselves every single day. Okay. And what I mean by that is the subconscious is driving the bus. Have any of you seen the iceberg effect? It's used a lot for presentations where 25% of the physical iceberg is above the water and the latter 75% is below. Okay. The subconscious, think of that. That's the 75% below the water. The conscious is the 25% above. Okay. The reason why the subconscious is driving the bus is because subconscious, among many other things it does, it holds our childhood wounds. It holds our old beliefs and behaviors that we often learned as kids, as teenagers, during our pivotal growth periods where we were integrating a lot of information. It holds our scarcity, our limitations, our fears, okay? It's there to create safety and balance a little bit, okay? That used to serve us, even as kids, as we're trying to grow and create patterns and safety. And it was there to protect us, but we have new tools now to shift out of that. It no longer serves us, right? It's actually blocking your conscious to do what you want to do today. And so what I mean by we're lying to ourselves every single day, we say we want something, but our behavior isn't matching it because the subconscious is driving the bus. Okay, so we say, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna lose weight, and then you eat a ho-ho. Or we say, I'm gonna make 100 grand, I'm gonna make 100 grand, I'm powerful to make 100 grand, and we go bankrupt. You guys, this stuff happens every day. It's more than incantations. We have to go after that subconscious. And I know many of you have even heard of this. Okay, I know many of you have heard the power and influence of the subconscious and the blocks that we hold here. But I'm going to give you 3 tools today to pull out of that more effectively and quickly and get the life that you want, the wellness that you want, right? So these 3 secrets that we're going to take out is to allow you not to lie anymore to yourself, okay? And we're gonna hijack this subconscious, you guys. We're gonna Hail Mary it, okay? I'm so excited how we're gonna do that, okay? So we're ready. We have the 3 tools. You guys ready? Get your sheets out to start writing, okay? The first tool, okay? Before we go into the first tool, the concept is the setback. What I like to call the amygdala hijack. And many of you have probably heard of the amygdala. Okay, we're gonna go through a little more detail right now. Some of you may not, but the amygdala hijack. This is the setback, okay? The secret here is the setback is really not a setback. And it's also not your current situation. Whatever you're feeling the setback is, the struggle is, the problem is, oh my gosh, this is really becoming a shizzy storm is, okay? It's never about the current situation. It's about the old beliefs that we're just talking about on the last screen. Okay, it's about what you're telling yourself you should believe about the current situation. Remember, your brain is a search engine. It's trying to find something similar to what's going on and saying, yes, this is how it's going to play out. And the way this does this, okay, it searches, but it filters through your distortions, deletions, and generalizations. Through your distortions, deletions, and generalizations that you learned as children, during pivotal times in your life, during wounds, during times that you were learning big thoughts, big beliefs, maybe from your parents, okay? So when we understand this, we can change it, okay? Our amygdala hijacks, you guys, our brain daily, repeatedly. This is a stat. We have 60,000 thoughts per day. Did you guys know that? That's a lot of thoughts. 75% of them are the same as yesterday and the day before and the day before. Think about that. And worse yet, 60% of them are negative, are focused on the problem, not the solution, are continuing down this road of limiting beliefs, scarcity, fear, you name it. But get this, it's not aligned with what we want in our life. Okay, it's hijacking our brain to go back to the subconscious driving the bus saying, this is what is similar as in the past. We got to keep you safe, right? We don't want that. We want to do something to that amygdala hijack. So before we do something to that amygdala hijack, what is the amygdala hijack? First of all, if you look at the right of your screen, the amygdala, many of you may know this or not, we're going to do a brief description here. It's part of the limbic system, okay? It's that green little spot there on your screen, and it mediates emotion, and it drives the fight or flight response, that sympathetic response, right? The fear response, like get the heck out of Dodge or bunker down, right? And fight it out, okay? It's a part of that response. And it's very small, very tiny, and very powerful. The amygdala hijack, which I was saying happens every day with our old beliefs and behaviors, right? Search engine trying to find something similar. When something happens in your world, whatever it is that day, and we're using this example of something bad, a problem, right? Side note, a problem's never a problem. It's the way we're looking at the problem is the problem, right? That's another presentation. But what the amygdala hijack is, it's something happens in your world that's similar to what has happened in the past. Your brain is searching, and then it creates the same response, the same behavior, the same idea of what happened in the past, saying you have to stick with that. Balance, baby girl. And many of you have heard this. When we go back to that, it's connecting back to our beliefs and thoughts about a similar situation. Then it's creating a certain emotion inside, right? In this case, maybe nervousness if you're fear-based on this decision. It's creating then a behavior and action out of that emotion. You guys, that middle man emotions governs everything, good or bad behavior, right? And then it's going to give you the results, and the cycle continues. That's what the amygdala hijack is doing every single day with, quote, negative thoughts. Remember, 60% of your thoughts are negative. So it starts with understanding what's happening. Remember, super self-awareness of what's happening is going to help us with this tool to shift out of it immediately and create your mental edge, okay? So understanding that this is a block, that this is an old belief behavior that your brain has filtered to create a similar response and behavior in your current situation, okay? It's a block. Your subconscious is blocking from what you really want. Before we go through what the tool is, I really want you to look at the right of your screen. This is called the map of consciousness. I don't know how many of you have heard of this. Many of you heard this or not. It's a great, great tool. And I encourage you, I can even send a link on this to download this, okay? Because understanding this map of consciousness is going to really help you actually throughout the rest of the time here with our 3 tools. So the map of consciousness is based on energy, on frequency of certain emotions, okay? And we have at the bottom here, if you guys look at the bottom of the map of consciousness, you have the, quote, negative emotions, right? And they've been listed there, from shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear. And you notice as you go up in dimensions, it turns more into courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, inner light. Look at the higher one, inner love, presence, the enlightenment, right? So what we want to look at, and there's something on the side there, from hell to heaven, because often when we're in a negative state, that's what it feels like. When we're in an enlightened state, it feels like heaven, right? Our goal is to be able to take these negative emotions and shift ourselves into this higher state of being more consistently. When we're blocked, when our amygdala is taking over, we're down that lower area, you guys, of guilt, shame, grief, fear. Remember, our blocks, our traumas, our wounds that our amygdala is hijacking us on from an old belief or a similar situation in our past is creating this low frequency of guilt, apathy, grief, fear, okay? It's not gonna allow us to go from problem to problem solving. It's not gonna allow us to go from hate to love, right? We need to heal our inners, I call it, okay? Our core wounds and blocks. And that's something where we sometimes need counseling, coaching. I do a lot of work with high performers to move through this in a brilliant way, but it's truly blocking you from going up to those higher levels. And we got to heal that stuff, you guys. When new thoughts overpower your emotion, which we're going to give you the tool to shift you out of this block today, to start that process just a little bit, you win. You create different circumstances for your brain, which creates new results in the brain. Remember, it's a high achieving machine. You give it a high right with new information, say, no, this is not the same situation. It's going to move you out of that lower frequency to a higher frequency, to enlightenment. We got to be in that middle ground of that amygdala hijack to give you new thoughts and new emotions, give you new behaviors. When we shift and release this block, it allows for recalibration and alignment of your most enlightened self, your AKA mental edge, to make the positive decisions you need in your life, personally, professionally, financially, wellness-wise, and create the legacy that you want, right? So our tool, you guys, I'm so excited about this tool. I want you guys to put down your pens, paper right now, okay? The tool is claim it and shake it. The tool is claim it and shake it. So when you guys think of like when you eat something bad that's not good for your system, it's toxic, right? You hear of like nutritionists taking you through a cleanse, or you have to drink a lot of water to filter all the crap out of your system, right? Okay, it's a way of taking, quote, the negative toxins and the negative energy out of your system. Well, guess what? You can do the same thing with emotions, with quote, negative emotions that are toxic to your system because they get stored in the gut, stored in the body. We all store them in different areas of our tissue. And this is also research-based, you guys. Okay, I can give you guys science links on a lot of this stuff. So you can go back and look at some of this and the science backing this, but we store it in and on our body, these negative emotions, okay? From ourselves and from others. So how are we going to do this to shake it off? We're going to claim it and shake it. And it's going to look like this. Let's say you're having a negative emotion about money. You're feeling really scarce. You have bills to pay. Maybe you don't have money in the bank account. You're like, how am I going to do this? And you're freaking out and you're in that fight or flight and the amygdala hijack is happening and it's freezing you. You're like, I don't know what to do, Jennifer. It's recreating this negative fear, maybe apathy, shame, anger, emotion in you. How are we going to take care of it? You need to claim it. I'm feeling this right now, Jennifer. You don't want to run from it. Just by claiming it, you're telling your brain it's safe to sit with it right there when you stay in that moment and claim it. There's power in the pause, everyone. Okay, power in the pause. It's going to allow your brain to start going from problem to problem solving. This is research-based, you guys. Pausing and claiming it, letting your brain now search for a different answer, seeing that you're willing to sit in it and not flee it, makes it understand you're not in an unsafe space. So claim it. Claim what you're feeling. Claim what you're believing right now. And then guess what you're going to do? You're going to shake off the emotion. What do I mean by that? I'm going to show you guys. Watch me. Then you're going to do it. You're going to do that for 10 seconds right now. I want you guys to do that right now. I'm not kidding you. Put down your pen. Do it right now. Just shake your whole body. Shake your hands. Wipe off the emotions off your body. You guys, this is energy that is coming on you and in you. You can do this, okay? This again is science-based. I'm going to give you guys links to see where this is coming from. Think about when you get on a standing vibrator that you've seen for lymphatic mobilization. This is very similar to that. We're shaking the energy, the negative emotion energy, which emotion has energy, right? This is quantum physics. We're taking it off you. You're claiming it, power in the pause. Give your body an opportunity to sit and say it's safe, right? Give it opportunities to go from problem solving and shake off that stuff. You guys, this is powerful. I've seen people literally save their day by doing this and then pulling themselves back into that mental edge. That is your number one tool. That was for the setback, the amygdala hijack. Okay. This is an example of a client that I've worked with that actually used this technique quite frequently when I was working with her. This is not her real picture. Okay. Just for security reasons and just trying to keep her information safe. We just wanted to change her name and her picture, but this is a real client of mine. And she understood that her greatest fear was really controlling her and creating a lot of grief, anxiety, shame, low frequency about starting a family. She was really concerned about starting a family. She was struggling with starting a family and getting pregnant. Okay. And she was a high entrepreneur rock star, but this was literally claiming her life and not only creating huge wellness issues, but even work issues and personal issues. Okay. She claimed it. She shook it daily to recalibrate, create alignment so she could find solutions versus the problem. In addition to this, while I was working with her, we used a gut leadership method, which is also something we're not going to go into today, you guys, but something that I used to help even pull this out even a little bit more for her, okay, from an energetic sense, so she could actually open up and see problem solving, not the problem, okay? Now she has a beautiful baby. She has emotional stability, okay? And bonus, now she has a new career. She actually shifted careers. You guys, it's this domino effect. When you take care of your mental edge, when you create wellness, it domino effects in every area of your life. I'm all about leveraging. I don't know about the rest of you. I want to find the big domino. Lauren did that, and so can you. Okay. I always like to put quotes in the middle of my presentations. I'm a quote girl. I thought this was really applicable to what we're talking about. So I love Will Smith and I love movies. And he said in an interview once, practice is controlled failure. Practice is controlled failure. Okay, you guys, when problems come up, you're going to look at problem solving and it might fail and then you have to try again, fail and try again. Just understand that amygdala is going to hijack you every single day to go down the same old path that didn't give you the right answers. Just remember, this technique is going to take practice before you refine it, okay? Failure is gonna happen, but it's just controlled practice. And know that as you do this technique, it's gonna shift you in profound ways to create that mental edge in Hail Mary, that subconscious, okay? You guys getting this? I love what we're talking about. This is so fun for me to talk about this with you, every one of you. Please continue to put in questions as we get going. I want to make sure that I'm serving you in so many ways, okay? So the first one, remember, was a setback. It was the Amygdala Hijack. We took care of how to namaste it and say, no, I'm in charge of the bus, and moving you forward into a powerful state of being, right? The map of consciousness, getting you up into that enlightened state. The second component, the second concept is the set up. It's more than the law of attraction, everybody, okay? It is more than the law of attraction. What do I mean? The secret is this. Your brain knows when you are lying to it. Your brain knows when you are lying to it. There's dissonance between your subconscious and your conscious. And what I mean is, how many of you have done powerful incantations, you know, maybe from Tony Robbins? By the way, I love Tony Robbins. I'm not ripping on him here. Maybe you just downloaded his book and you just start saying these positive, I'm a powerful creator, I have money abundance, I have wealth abundance, whatever. And your deep subconscious are saying, I do not believe this at all. It's not in alignment with me. I suck. I actually believe in this area. Do you think you're going to get anywhere fast? Law of attraction is more than you just saying a positive thing about something you're struggling with, okay? You must have a deep connection to the adversary, okay? You must have a deep connection to the adversary. And what that means is you better be honest what you're saying yourself deep in the subconscious. If you don't believe it, okay, you need to be honest that you don't, because we're going to give you the tool why adversarial events can actually help catapult you to the next level. But you got to be honest where you're at. Then you have to choose. Once we get to that honest point, we're going to give you a tool to shift out of it. You have to have integrity daily, everyone, okay, with the tool to go in alignment with yourself, to use this adversarial event in your subconscious to catapult you forward. We're going to give you a tool for this, but you have to have integrity daily in spite of the adversary, okay? Understand that it's an obligation. It's responsibility for yourself to give to the world your best version. And you're creating a mental edge is going to allow you to do that. When you can shift into understanding that, it's going to also help you with integrity with this next tool, okay? So let's go back to our model, the map of consciousness, everybody, okay? This is a little bit different component of the model, but it's still the same. So you can see the frequency, the lower frequency at the bottom there, shame. In enlightenment is like 700 plus, right? Okay, that's where we want to be. Our aligned self, our status flow self. Have any of you been runners and at the end of a marathon, you're feeling the high, right? And then the low, but you're definitely feeling the high of the runner's high, right? That's where you want to be. That's where you want to consistently be. The lower frequencies are contractive in nature, right? Makes us fear-based, freeze, amygdala hijack. We want to be expansive in nature, right? We want to be really expansive in nature. So how does this concept apply with, I don't believe it, Jen, I believe it here, but I don't believe it here. We're going to go through that right now, okay? The mind craves a solution. It craves understanding. It creates homeostasis. We talked about that earlier, right? It's a search engine. It wants to create balance. But you know what else it craves, everyone? You know what else it craves? The mind, body, soul, all energy, by the way. It craves deep connection and integrity. Deep connection to itself, to its community. Deep connection, integrity to itself in the world, deep down. It craves your purpose, why you're here. And the reason why that's important, that positive enlightened state, peace, joy, enlightenment, using your gifts to serve, love, joy. Guess what else it also craves? Adversarial moments, adversarial opportunities, okay? This is how human beings learn, everybody. Human beings learn often, not always, you guys. It's not 100% always. It's a generalization I'm making here. It craves adversarial moments because it craves contrast. It craves an edge, you guys. It creates resistance enough, but knowing how to dial in the resistance to increase your potential, okay? We as humans don't know success without failure. We don't know wellness without illness. We don't know joy without sadness. We don't know hate without love. Do you guys get that? It's polarity. Okay. We have to have anchoring points to know where we want to move from or move to, right? It's polarity. It's physics. Think about when you drop a tennis ball on a concrete surface. And if you just drop it, it just kind of comes up a little bit. But when you drop it hard, like throw it down hard, it jumps up really high, right? The more adversarial an event makes you feel, you have an awesome opportunity to change that subconscious from feeling that into this enlightened state of being, you guys. Okay? We have to have this contrast, this slight resistance. It's not waddling in fear, guilt, apathy forever. Okay? This is where this tool is going to come into place. But we do need that to move us out of I suck in the subconscious to I actually do believe I'm a powerful creator. Okay, everyone? Do you get that? It's fact, everyone. But awareness to shift to truth is high frequency. Frequency, low frequency is fact. You're feeling a certain way. I really want you to get this point. But awareness is to shift to truth, high frequency. I get we all have these negative emotions sometimes. I get that sometimes we feel I suck. Okay. It's going back to truth. Like, okay, what are the tools I can use to actually shift out of this into a more enlightened state? It starts with awareness that you're there. So you can get to that higher frequency. We love contrast. So what's the tool, everyone? How do we optimize our mental edge to really create consistent high performance, to not let the amygdala hijack happen, to actually align our subconscious with our conscious and do the dance of, I actually believe that I'm a powerful creator? This is what consistent high performers do. This is actually a real study, everybody. I can give you a link to this as well. High performers, there's a direct correlation to the number of adversities to consistent performance. Did you guys know that? They found a correlation to the number of adversities. The higher it was, they had more consistent high performance, but they learned to dial it in quickly. We're gonna give you the tool in a second to actually align the subconscious with the conscious. Not that I suck anymore, but I actually believe that I'm a powerful creator, right? High performers also regulated more quickly. Remember the hijack, amygdala hijack? We want to create a subconscious Hail Mary, and they went to problem solving more quickly. Not only with some of the tools I'm mentioning to you today, but some other ones as well. High performers also looked at all possible outcomes, you guys. This happens when we go into this transcendence from adversarial event, low energy, low frequency to high. It gives you other outcomes, other problem solutions. High performers utilized their intuition to connect to deeper purpose. Okay, that's a big one. How do you do that? How do you make the subconscious I suck to the conscious and make it actually agree that I can be abundant? I am a powerful creator in wellness. You play it out, everybody. You play. This is why I have the kiddos there, okay? There's huge research on this. Again, you guys, I keep saying this, but I have links for all this as well, these tools and the science behind this, how it shifts your brain. When you play, everyone, everybody knows that there's a lot of benefits to play. All of you know it, and you probably could write 2 or 3 down right now. In fact, I would do that right now. And the favorite things that you love to play at. But in particular to high performers, when high performers, leaders are having an adversarial moment, they're getting almost amygdala hijack. Their subconscious, I suck, is now aligned with where they want to go right now in the struggle, okay? We gave you the tool to help you get that amygdala calmed down. The play it allows you to optimize your creative zone most effectively. They've shown that play and serving, side note, play and serving are the most effective tools to optimize your creative zone, which is what we want to create problem solving. It also helps optimize oxytocin, serotonin, all your happy pills, everyone, quickly. Okay, I've been known literally when I'm in the middle of a problem at home to go in my backyard and do cartwheels. I'm not kidding you. Jumping jacks, kick the soccer ball around, soccer ball around a little bit when I'm feeling kind of low and I don't know what to do on a certain problem. It literally, you guys, I kid you not, in 3 seconds, 3 minutes, I kid you not, it shifts me into a problem solving. It calms me down. I feel happy. I feel joyful. I feel in the higher frequency. I actually feel now I don't suck with this problem. I actually feel now I'm a powerful creator with this problem. You guys play it out. It could be 3 minutes of jumping jacks, soccer, dance, rolling around, doing what is it, the frog or the crab walk. Do you guys remember that when we were kids? I don't care. It can be 3 minutes. You guys, I know all of you are busy doing rock star things, but playing it is huge. That is your number 2 powerful tool for creating your mental edge and subconsciously hijacking that brain. So here's another example of a gentleman, again, not real pic of him, kind of keep his privacy there, Jake, okay? He heard it and he saw it, everybody. He saw what the adversity was and he just claimed it. And his was in particular the money. It was his adversarial mind scarcity, money scarcity event. He played it out daily, you guys, like a kid. He had no judgment, just tried it. And yes, we used other tools. As a coach, I'm always using different protocols, tools to dig in there a little bit more. And we use the quantum identity shift method, which is a method I came up with directly, okay, that actually helps release the subconscious and allow the conscious and subconscious to do this dance, that the subconscious comes to the surface and we release the negative part and move it into a better space. So now they're resonating together. But he played it out, everyone. And now he's got more money than he knows what to do with. But he's also in a new career, in a new tribe of people. And he also has a new gal pal. He's loving life by doing something this simple. It started the momentum forward. Here's another quote. Leaders understand that you have to be willing to start over every day. It's a colleague of mine, mentor Blaine Bartlett, amazing thought leader. If you guys don't follow him, follow him. Leaders understand that you have to be willing to start over every day. You guys, we're going to have problems. Crap's going to hit the fan some days. Are we going to let it take us down into mental degradation? Or are we going to use it as a learning moment? Sometimes we have to restart our day in the middle of the day, beginning of the day, end of the day. We're always learning if we're willing to. Right? Our brain is willing to shift out of a problem to problem solving if we're willing to take it as just a learning moment and willing to start over. All of us have to start over sometimes, everybody. This particular tool of playing it allows you to start over more quickly and get that problem solving working now instead of later. Our third and final tool, everybody. I love this. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Remember, give me your questions. I want to make sure that we're integrating this in the most powerful, powerful way. The third is the influencer principle, the secret. You have to question your innate human need of being connected to people, everybody. I want you to really sit with this. You have to question your innate human need of being connected to people, at least the wrong people, when it goes against your belief system. Everyone, there's top 7 things that human beings desire and crave. All of us equally, okay, not equally, excuse me, but we all crave, okay? One of those is to be loved. One is to actually use our gifts and purpose to serve and create impact in the world. A third one, which is this one, is community. Our desire, our need to have a community of people, okay? This is one of our basic needs, you guys, basic desires, other than food, shelter, water, and sex, okay? It's a basic need. So it has a stronghold on us because the brain sees it as safety for us. We need our community. But the problem is, again, safety. Remember, the amygdala can hijack you to stay in a community that does not serve you. Okay? Many of us have sacrificed our truth to the desire of just fitting in with just a group that doesn't align with our mission, our vision, our values, our purpose, our goals. You guys, we're being a fraud. Sorry, but not sorry. We're being a fake. I know I'm hitting some of you hard on this because I know you're agreeing with me. You're like, ooh, she's right. I was for a while. That was part of my story, sharing with you at the beginning. Are you being the influence that you want to be to create impact? Are you being a fraud? Okay, the greatest self-betrayal that happens is when you're not aligned with the influence you want to create for the world, your legacy. If you're giving it up to be in a group, everybody, this is why this is important for your mental edge. It causes disconnection from emotions. It decreases your ability to create healthy boundaries, thus not good at action steps, personal, professional, otherwise. It causes decrease in self-awareness. You're more prone, this is also research-based, you guys. They've just seen this, just in the last year, go figure. You're more prone to depression, anxiousness, isolation. When you're going against what you believe is good, true, and right, and you're staying in that environment, it's creating this literally spiritual dissonance, breakdown energetically. And it's affecting you physically, and it's coming out with depression, anxiousness, isolation, everyone. But the good news is, more research, whoop, go back. I skipped too far. I got a little trigger happy, you guys. I apologize. The good news is, sorry about that, everyone. More research is coming out with those that draw into environments, people, places, things that are aligned with their true path, purpose, and vision, aligned with your safety, your true safety. They are more emotionally stable. They create success during adversity. Remember our high performance slide? They're happier. I want to be happier. They're healthier. I want to be healthier. You guys, it's all research-based. Okay? Therefore, it requires you. This is the third tool. We're bringing it home, everybody. I used to run track. I ran collegiately at University of Wisconsin-Madison, D1 school. Home stretch, right? This is where the power, the surge comes in. You're almost there, right? It requires you to seal the deal, to strut your stuff. This is going to make you have to grow a set, everybody. Sorry for the language, okay? It's going to take courage. You might get rejected, abandoned, so to speak, from some people, places, things, but you're going to find your people, places, things that are aligned with you. They're not going to abandon you. You're going to have to step in courage in that. The results are phenomenal. I've seen in my own life. I've seen the people I coach, my clients that I've treated. The tool. You got to walk the walk, you guys, and talk the talk. You got to speak your truth in a kind, loving way. If it's hard for you to do that, start with a friend, start with a colleague, start speaking it. You guys, when you start speaking your truth, you start getting back to that map of consciousness, higher level of being, because you're in it. You're aligned. You're so super aligned with what you believe and your purpose. It literally gives you courage. It drops happy pills in the system. It optimizes energy. It boosts mood. It anchors you, gives you courage, and the momentum continues. And the other part of that, the what if. This is a big part of the tool, everybody. Decide what your truth is. Write it down right now. What is your purpose? What's your truth? What are your beliefs? So you can align with your people, places, things, and then speak it. Helps you. But you have to understand the what if. And what I mean by the what if, everybody, when you stand and speak your truth, you could lose people. You could lose money at first. You could lose status, whatever. Okay. You lose your health, maybe. I don't know. But not long term, you guys. No, it's temporary. No, it's temporary. Because when you get aligned with your truth, be willing to sacrifice short-term in getting in line with the right people, it changes you. Okay? From the inside out, the energy space. You guys, this is mind, body, soul. This is quantum physics, the energy space that happens. Remember, we are spiritual beings in a physical body. When you align that, you're unstoppable. You've got to be willing to have the temporary discomfort. I have an example. I come from a Christian background. My dad was a pastor. You guys, whether you're a Christian or not, I'm going to use this example because the Bible has great examples of just things we can do for personal development in ways that we can become more epic in our legacy. Okay, the example I want to give in this particular tool is Job. If any of you have read the Bible, Job, I'm not going to lie, is a long book. I was not excited to read the Bible, in particular Job. And I actually did last year read the Bible in 90 days. And I just kind of let it speak to me, whatever was going to come. And I read the book of Job. And here's the deal. I'm going to summarize it. Okay. In like 40, 50 chapters, Job goes from this high status, great health, great family, great money, to he loses everything. He loses everything. Okay. Money. He has boils on his skin. He loses his family to death. He loses status. He loses abundance in everything. And it spends 40, 50 chapters of a lot of bad advice from friends and colleagues, not that they meant to, just a lot of bad advice on ways to help him to create abundance again. He finally got it at the end. He finally got it. And he actually used this tool. He did, you guys. At the very end, he thought, you know what? it doesn't matter if I lose everything. What if I lost everything? I still have my truth, my purpose, my kids. Those don't go away. I can reinvent myself when things are taken from me. And I'm going to walk the walk in that. No matter the what if, what could happen. You know what God did? He's like, you finally got it. He got it all back to him, you guys, and then some. He had more money than ever. He had a wonderful family. His health was better than ever. His status was more. You guys, I really want you to get this. This is probably the biggest tool you can use. This is science and spirituality meeting head to head. When you're aligned with truth and love and honesty of who you are, you're catapulting to that higher level of consciousness. And you have nothing else better to do but to get a problem into a problem solving, into solution, to create this mental edge, to hijack your subconscious out of safety into an environment you don't need, into one that is truth. And this is the way to do it. Walk your walk and do the what if, because you have everything it takes to get the legacy you want. Another quote, confidence comes from preparation. Confidence comes from preparation. That is from my dear friend, not friend. I don't really know the guy. I just like Kobe Bryant. I miss him. I don't know about you guys. I miss him. But confidence comes from preparation. You guys, you have to prepare for the what ifs, the worst. What if something happens? Get yourself set up with some of these tools we've talked about. Get yourself set up in other ways. Money abundance, wellness abundance, mental edge abundance. And that is going to give you confidence when you prepare and do these tools, these 3 tools, everyone. It's going to give you confidence when the what ifs, when the curveballs come, when the amygdala hijack happens. When you prepare by doing these 3 tools, it's going to move the needle into a direction that gives you confidence because you prepared for the what ifs. You've prepared for the amygdala hijack. You've prepared for the dissonance. You've prepared for the adversarial moment by these tools, and you're going to create epicness, everyone. Now you have a choice. You really have a choice. It's up to you. We are just scratching the surface on these 3 tools. They do move the needle, you guys, in this beautiful way to hijack and Hail Mary your subconscious and create the mental edge that you want. But we are just scratching the surface on mental edge. Okay. We want to continue to serve you and give you opportunities to continue to work on this. How much is it costing you if you stay in low energy, if you're letting the amygdala hijack you? What is it costing you in wellness? What is it costing you in money and time and relationships? Sit with that, everybody. If you're letting this happen, this amygdala hijack and this dissonance, this adversarial moments take you down, you're not fully showing up as you if it takes you down. You're not creating your mental edge in Hail Mary in your subconscious if it takes you down. How can you create impact that way? How can you show up fully you? Okay. I don't want you to waste the time that I did. I don't want you to do that. These tools are helpful. The reason why I continue to be successful in many areas of my life is because I got a coach to help me even further on these things, you guys. Because I got what spiritual currency was, because I got that I needed to change my amygdala into working for me and not against me, okay? But it does sometimes take deeper work, okay? This is why I believe in coaches. I've been coached most of my life because I was a high-level athlete, but I believe in mentors and coaches to take you further in the direction you want to go. But if nothing else, if you have additional questions on this presentation, if you want to just explore this journey further on these tools, and you just want to invest more in yourself to create the mental edge that you so deserve and you can create, and not have the same conversation next year, that it's limiting you in the things you want, DM me. Let's set up a call. Connect with me here right now. Let's talk a little bit after this presentation if you have questions on this presentation. How can I serve you further, everyone? I'm here today because I love serving. I love receiving from all of you. I'm, again, a student as much as I am a teacher. And I want to continue to learn from all of you and what you need from me, okay? I want to know how I can serve you further. If you have questions on this presentation, or you just want to know how I can support you more, there's a complimentary discovery call. Go to jenniferwatsonleadership.com. You can also just connect with me here. I am also active on LinkedIn at Jennifer Watson Leadership and on Instagram and Facebook at the Jennifer Watson. Okay. Please don't hesitate, everybody, to really just be willing to take this opportunity. Okay. This is really huge for all of you. These tools, this possibility to create your mental edge, this possibility to actually create a Hail Mary to your subconscious is real, okay? And it doesn't take as long as you think it's going to take, okay? The people, and I've connected with so many successful, high-performing people I respect, and they're never smarter than you. They're never stronger than you. They've taken simple tools like this and do them consistently, everybody. I want you this week, I really want you this week to implement some of these tools. You know, write down when you implement them. You're going to get a lot more ability to integrate this and permeate the brain more effectively if you use this right away. Okay. And I'm telling you, high performers, people you respect, do small things like this consistently every day. Okay. It's just one step forward, everybody. It's one step forward in creating the life you want. Okay. I live in Colorado right now. The 14ers, I love to climb, but I'm not looking up at the summit all the time when I'm climbing my way up. It's one step at a time consistently. You can do this too. You can create your mental edge now through looking at the setback, being aware of the amygdala hijack and the tool to override it. Second, you can be aware of the setup, the dissonance between your subconscious and your conscious about what you want, what your deeper self really believes, and sitting with it, having that adversarial moment and playing. Third, step in, step up, speak your truth, connect with the people, places, things that serve you and align with your legacy. And I guarantee you, everyone, I guarantee you, if nothing else, it's going to move the needle into a powerful state of being for you. Okay? It's going to consciously and subconsciously Hail Mary you into the space you want to go. The longer I do this work as a practitioner, as a coach, as a speaker, is understanding that I have so much power to shift things so quickly. This is the last thing I'm going to end with. For those of you that may or may not know this, this brain, this thing right here, which, by the way, I always say this is not your first brain. Your gut's your first brain. That's another presentation. But at least this brain right here, okay, what we've been talking about today, it has 100,000 miles worth of blood vessels. Do you know that? It has over 1 billion neuronal connections, the most in any organ in the human body. Do you not think it's adaptable? Do you not think it's malleable? Do you not think it's flexible to make the shifts, the changes that you want if you give it the right stimulus? Heck to the yes. I love all of you. This has been an honor to serve you today. Again, if you have any questions, you want additional support, you want to see how I can continue to serve you, or again, you just have questions on this presentation, I want to continue to serve you in the best ways I can. I love all of you. Enjoy the rest of this amazing conference, and I cannot wait to see how you continue to create your mental edge.